Phantom Liberty is right around the corner. In fact, CD Projekt Red has explicitly mentioned that they'll be talking about it in June, and they're also a company listed amongst those in the upcoming Summer Games Fest. They've been working on Phantom Liberty with a large chunk of the team, and have sunk some serious developmental hours, time and effort into 2077's one and only expansion. So is CDPR actually going the route of under-promise, under-hype, and over-deliver? With the momentum they got post-Edgerunners, I'm thinking this is probably a wise strategy. With that being said, and without needlessly overhyping it myself, I want to go over some hints that this expansion is going to be worthy of your time, and some findings that might suggest that Phantom Liberty isn't simply an expansion. It's more of an overhaul with 2077's original vision in mind. Beyond technical issues, 2077 was feature-starved on launch. I mean, we didn't even have transmog, and for a world where you can be whatever you want to be, assuming you have the Eddies and a trusted Ripper Doc, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Anyways, let's get into the first reason why Phantom Liberty might be a bigger overhaul than we were expecting, and that is the fact that this will be the largest expansion in CDPR history, at least from a budget standpoint. With only one expansion set to release for Cyberpunk 2077, this is a good sign that we'll be getting a ton of content this year when the expansion drops, because there won't be multiple opportunities to tell the stories of Night City, at least until Orion. That being said, CDPR didn't specify if this meant biggest in terms of landmass or length beyond budget, but judging by just how dense Night City is versus how distributed the rolling hills and plains of Toussaint are, I think it's safe to say that they mean content length and depth to justify the budget. If you want an idea of the scope of the map size, look no further than the combat zone in Pacifica. By the way, if you want to get up to date, here's a lore video I put together to get you ready for Phantom Liberty. I highly suggest you watch it after this video, of course. Next reason, and arguably the biggest reason Phantom Liberty may feel like a new game experience versus simply an expansion add-on, is the fact that PL is a next-gen exclusive. I know some of you might be disappointed in this revelation if you didn't know earlier, but let's be honest, this is the way it should have been from the get-go. Considering the ambition behind 2077, trying to squeeze all that ambition onto platforms that cannot possibly rise to that is a recipe for disaster. In this sense, a next-gen exclusive Cyberpunk 2077 experience will be able to express the true desires of the developers, since they'll be less shoehorned in their systems and their designs. The police and vehicle combat system is getting a major retooling, and is probably something that is only made possible with it being a next-gen exclusive. If some of the community created mods for both of these systems is any indication of what CDPR can do now that they're untethered to last gen, which at this point is 10 years old, then I think we're in for some real substance. Witcher 3 has had sales for years beyond the release of their last expansion, and if Phantom Liberty receives overwhelming praise, then the recency bias will fuel an image of Cyberpunk that is much more positive than the one at release. If the sentiment of the game can improve after Edgerunners, then it can drastically improve with new content to show off not only the updated features, but also the fixes that they've been chipping away at even after a majority of the player base was already gone. Moving on, we can't forget about the sheer development time. Phantom Liberty has been in development the same time as some full releases, and with 350 plus people working on it for the lifecycle of its development, this is a massive chunk of CDPR time that is dedicated to creating this new experience. Over 2 years of just full development, utilizing half of CD Projekt Red, means that this is a big investment and there's a lot riding on this expansion. I like to think CDPR has also learned a lot based on the launch of the base game, and are actually only going to release this when it's ready this time. But seeing so much effort put into an expansion gives me a lot of confidence that we can get something where players feel fulfilled, like they've invested their time wisely, free from the technical hiccups that can really sour that experience. With the story going a more noir spy thriller route, I think at the very least we're going to be getting a story that's a bit more nuanced than the original main quest. Idris Elba as Solomon Reed doesn't hurt either. We'll be learning more about Phantom Liberty in June, and I really can't wait to see more. There's been some talk about rumors that it could shadow drop in early June, but to be honest, this doesn't give a lot of time for the marketing to unfold and for the momentum to build. CDPR wants a more concentrated marketing campaign this time around, so in my opinion, I think August might be a good release window. You can let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. In any case, do be sure to check out this Combat Zone lore video so you can have some understanding of the new region that we will be exploring in Phantom Liberty's Night City, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, we're making a push for 100k, crazy to say, but I'd love to have you on board, so again, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one.